Hello, adventurer. It's good to see you. You have made it to the morning grind.
Welcome, welcome.
It's the live stream at the beginning of the Geekverse, where we talk about all types of topics in geekdom, gaming, and fantasy, with an emphasis on being constructive and creating the things that we want to exist in the world.
It's all on the grind, Sizemore. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
That's exactly right. There are a lot of adventures to be had today. Dungeons to explore and monsters to slay, and who knows what a random encounter might send our way. That's why we have to prepare, so settle in now for the morning grind with your favorite beverage in hand.
Tea? Or maybe something a little stronger. I've got a few bottles of the old Wynyard left.
Whatever you want. Pull up a chair.
Dude.
If you're feeling fancy, how about a cappuccino? Or a frappuccino? Or how about an espresso?
Just tea, thank you.
Sounds good to me, Gandalf. Whatever you want. I'm just glad you're here.
Everyone is welcome. You can just watch if you want. You don't have to worship anything you don't want to worship.
Thank you, Mike. But be forewarned.
Sometimes we get really strange characters around here.
Wait, what's that you say? Why can't you come and be a part of the stream?
My wife would disown me.
Oh no, I bet she'll be fine with it. Come on in.
Am I scared for my safety? No.
What are we supposed to do?
Everybody do the secret handshake.
Secret cultist handshake.
Oh, now do wizards who love each other.
This, my friend, is a science.
I still don't have gills, but it's fine.
It's all on the grind, son. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
Dude, this would be a sick place to bring the band.
Indeed it would be, Dave. It really would. I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Oh, look, here's someone new.
Is this the cultist meetup?
Yes it is.
Come to hang out? Please accept me. I have nothing else.
Okay, we accept you. Everyone's welcome here.
Brought some snacks.
Well, that makes things even better.
You want some coffee?
I don't drink coffee.
You sure? It's cultist coffee.
What makes it cultist coffee?
I'm a cultist and I'm drinking it.
Oh. Then I'll have some.
What exactly is going on here?
I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome. It's so great to have you. Oh, and look, here comes another stranger.
Can we help you?
Yes, fellow cultists. I could really use some food.
Oh yeah? Welcome. We have donuts.
Oh, it's me. I'm glad I'm here. I'm sure you have a few questions for me, though.
What's your name? Who do you work for? What god do you worship?
Great questions, Rob.
I'm Steve King, and I worship Nyarlathotep.
No, not really. I'm just Heath, and I won't be worshiping anything this morning. But I will be your host. Welcome to the office. We're going to have a great time. I've got my coffee ready, because now it's time for the morning grind.
If you could become a fish, that would be amazing. Then I could command you with my mental fish powers.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to my home. Welcome to the office, and welcome to the morning grind. I'm feeling a little bit better today, although, man, we are still stuffed up over here because of all the pollen. So I am still suffering from some allergies. So again, if I sound weird, well, like James Bacon said, that is because I'm weird. No, actually, it just means that I've got still got allergies. How is everybody this morning? Robert is here. Good morning. BGD is here. Good morning. Bacon is here. We got Robert McDarris. Good morning. Good morning. Charlie and Nathan are here. Good morning. I thought that we would take a look at the intro to Dungeons and Dragons box to prep the second game for playing with my nephews on Thursday. This is their spring break, so they are out of school. They've been having a good time. I went over to their house Sunday, had a great time Sunday, took the pellet guns and BB guns over to the nephew's house on Saturday. They had never gotten to shoot those before, so that was a great time. I convinced my brother and sister-in-law to let me shoot those pistols in the backyard with the boys. a lot of people came over. A lot of different family members came over. It used to be a family tradition that one of my uncles would bring pellet guns to our lake house when we were up for, family gatherings. And I always enjoyed that. And that was something that I wanted to pass on to the nephews as well. So we had the boys learning gun safety first. That was one of the objectives. So we had a little gun safety class, understand how to understand how to be safe with the pistols, and then treat the BB guns and the pellet guns as if they were real guns. And then they got to shoot them and had a fantastic time. There's this picture that I took of the boys all firing down range. I had 3 different guns, so all 3 of them could shoot at the same time. And I sent it to a friend of mine, Wild Barley, who you see in here, and he said, "Man, this looks like the boys are on." Are part of the French Resistance, and then somebody edited the image, so it looks like that black and white image of the boys as the French Resistance in World War II. So a lot of fun. So they've gotten to do pellet guns, and now they're going to get to continue their. I mean, hey, if you shoot pellet guns and you play Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, I mean, what else is there for you in life? I mean, that's all you need, right? That's everything you need. Everything a guy needs. All right, good morning, RPG Gen Exile. Hey, Mike. Good morning. Good morning. So we did that. It was a lot of fun. But they're out. They're doing like a staycation. They went to Chuck E. Cheese yesterday, or 2 days ago. They went to Activate. So their parents are doing some really cool stuff with them. And then Thursday night, we return to Dungeons and Dragons. So I've got to figure out what's going on here in this second quest. And so I figured, hey, we might as well do all of that together, check out what's coming. Then we'll do a recap show on Sunday. We'll figure out what the boys actually did and how they handled the situation. Hey, let's go ahead and take a breathe and sip, and then I'll turn on the auxiliary camera and we'll take a look at what's in here. So here we go. Everybody got your favorite beverage this morning? I've got mine right here. Oh, what have I got? I got Witch's Brew Cup this morning. Okay, let's breathe and sip. That was a little pre-sip. So let's do a breathe and sip. 2 deep breaths, and then 2 deep breaths, deep inhales, complete exhales, and then take a sip of your favorite beverage. So here we go. Let's breathe. And sip. All right. Very good. All right. So let's see what's going on here. Let's see if the setup here. There we go. Brand of Cthulhu on the auxiliary camera. Actually, I wanted to see one thing as well. I wondered if I could flip my camera. I just thought about that. Well, it doesn't matter. I'll worry about that later. Okay, so let's take a look at what's inside here. This will be spoilers. So if you're trying to play in this, I wouldn't watch this. But on the other hand, if you are not going to, or going to run it, or thinking about running it, well, then it doesn't matter. So here we go. The boys are playing Devlar Iron Fist. Oh, and by the way, so a couple of nights ago, oh yeah, that was Sunday. So I also took I gave them their experience points on Sunday and talked to them about that. I talked to them. I talked to the one who was the youngest one who was playing the fighter wizard about having to split his experience points, and he understood and knew, so he understood what was going on there, that he was going to be a little bit behind in leveling up, but that's the disadvantage he has to deal with for being both a fighter and a wizard. Hey, good morning, John. And then we have one of them playing the dwarf and one of them playing Beldar the Brave. So they're very fighter heavy in this party. So they got their experience points. They understand that, but they are still level 1. We calculated that. Okay, so Dungeon Master's Guide right here. Now, excuse me. I also let them walk around the town. So here is the town. Like, this was just on Sunday before we sat down to eat dinner. So I gave them out their experience points, and I said, there are things to do in the town here and things that you can buy, but that you really don't have enough gold for it right now. The youngest one did go and talk to the wizard and wanted to roll to see what kind of magic item that he might have. Did have one, but nothing that he could use right here. They did go over to the Temple of Lathander. So the youngest one went over to the Temple of Lathander. This is where the player characters can get healed by Farish the priest. So let's see, in here, town. Okay, Temple of Lathander right here. I said, all right, here's the different things you can do at the temple. You can cure poison for 250 gold pieces, cure disease for 250 gold pieces, remove a curse for 500 gold pieces, or raise a dead character, 1,000 gold pieces per character level. Oh, I forget, elves cannot be raised. I need to make sure I let the youngest one know about that, because I had actually forgotten that elves can't be raised. So that would be another disadvantage to his character. Because I was talking about how, okay, well, if you die, and your and your brothers are able to get your body out of the dungeon, and they have 1,000 gold coins per character level, then they can bring you back to life. But actually, not the fighter wizard, because he's an elf. But the youngest one, who was playing the fighter wizard, when I said we're going to be able to raise a dead character, you can bring him back to life for 1,000 gold coins. He immediately said, "Oh, well, then we should bring the mummy king back," which is not something that I'd even thought about. Remember, they didn't complete everything in this last dungeon. They never encountered the ogre. The ogre is still out there, and I thought, okay, that'll be great. It's rather than just returning straight to the dungeon in order to finish up all the other rooms or whatever. I want to move on. We're going to play the next thing, but that left the ogre as somebody that could come back, and that there's more of that dungeon to explore for some kind of reason. I was thinking that because they broke in and they also let the kobolds live, that the ogre might come after them, maybe after this second quest or something like that. But inside, this was the Tomb of Dharma, which they had just played. So this was supposed to be the castle of an ancient king. Excuse me. This is the castle of an ancient king that they were going into. What exactly did it say? It's probably something the wizard had told them. The ruins of Damara's castle. Well, where did he explain that? I'm not sure. Oh, the characters learned from the scroll Nethril gave to the wizard that Darama was a great king who ruled with the power of the Orb of Dragonkind. 20 years ago, an ogre named Bone Gnasher attacked the castle. So we just know that he is a great king, and then he was mummified, and you found him in the secret passageway. So that was him. They have his gold. They did destroy. If they bring him back to life, he's probably going to be upset that the wizard Nethril destroyed his Orb of Dragonkind. So the youngest one went, "Oh, you can bring somebody back to life. Oh, well, then we should bring this king back to life." So that's also an interesting one. Maybe they end up on some kind of special forces kind of raid to go back into Darama's castle to bring out the mummy and then bring the king back to life. Maybe. I don't know. It could be. So I hadn't even thought about that. Although, yeah, I know. So this has been a lot of fun for me too, for exactly this reason. BGD says, I would avoid setting your nephews on a lifetime path of tabletop RPG player entitlement by house ruling that character death is permanent, no resurrections. That's probably better. Although I do like the potential idea of trying to bring this king back to life. We will see. It's expensive. So we will see. We will see. Okay, so what's supposed to happen next, though? The ghost of Harrow Hill. This is what they're going into. And we got the CD for this, and then we do have the map over here. The map's probably in here, too. Okay, yeah, right. Here's the map. So this is some kind of haunted house that we're going to be going into. I'm kind of hoping that my brother might play with him and bring a cleric. Okay, let's see. This looks like just basic setup information. This says, are you ready to run your next intro to Advanced Dungeons & Dragons adventure game? Ever want to spend the night in a haunted house? Want to know what it would be like to meet a ghost? Well, doom creeps closer and closer with each hour your heroes spend in the old house on Harrow Hill. Are they brave enough to make it through the night, or will the ghost claim some new victims? Okay, the story behind the adventure. I also want to take note of any type of miniatures I might need. Before running the ghost on Harrow Hill, it's helpful for you to know the story of the adventure. This helps you answer unexpected questions, and there are probably definitely going to be some, that make sense for the adventure. Harrow Hill is an old mansion far from the town. It has been boarded for many years. There are many. Harrow Hill is an old mansion far from town. It has been boarded up for many years. If there were any farms nearby, the peasants would say the mansion was haunted, but the land all around is deserted. There is no one to warn the heroes about the dangers of the house. Once Harrow Hill was the home of Gunter Weiss, a powerful wizard. When Gunter was an old man, he fell in love with a young woman named Erica. She liked him, but she did not love him back. The wizard thought this was because he was old. If he could become young again, then he knew she would love him. Classic haunted house story, yes. Gunter became insane, trying to find the secret that would restore his youth and give him eternal life. He studied ancient books and performed magical experiments in search of the answer. At first, his experiments were harmless, but he started doing them on his servants and turned them into undead monsters. Was I muted? The message just popped up and said that I was muted. Nobody said anything in the comments, though. Oh, sorry. I wonder where I was. What's the last thing that you heard? I don't know how I got muted. What was the last thing that people heard me talking about? Well, there was temporarily no sound. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Okay, so we're going into this haunted house. The wizard was trying to maintain his life. The woman that he loved fouled up the spell. Now Gunter's ghost haunts the house. It's waiting for a strong young body it can claim. The ghost hopes to restart the spell by having his servants take a newly killed body to the secret chamber. There he will rejoin the body with the silver heart that Erica took. The house's magic seal still works at Gunter's command. In this adventure, the heroes are trapped in the house until they defeat the ghost. No matter what they do, they cannot leave. The door slams shut behind them when they come in, and shutters block the windows. Doors and windows to the outside can't be opened by force or magic. If the players don't like this, tell them it's magic, and that's the way it works here. Okay, important. To escape from the house, the heroes must take the silver heart in the library. That's area 2. Area 2. Here's 1. That might be the library, although I don't see a number on it. Okay, must take it from area 2 to find the secret crypt, area 12. And there place the heart on Gunther's tomb. All this must be done before midnight. If the heroes don't beat this deadline, the ghost defeats them. Okay, this adventure begins on a lonely road far outside of town. Play track 35 on the CD player. Damn it. I muted myself when I coughed. Sorry about that. That one was my fault. Okay. I was saying that I'm thinking about introducing the boys also to the idea of the stable of characters, because it does sound really nice to have a cleric in here. And the CD is introducing them to being a cleric, or introducing them to meeting a cleric. So maybe my brother would play with them and play a cleric, or somebody else would come in and play a cleric, or say, okay, you're welcome to play your characters from last time. You know, they got their 1,300 experience points. Or you can take out a new character and also play that one. So we will see. So they're meeting up with this cleric. What does it matter if when your spirit is gone, they wail in the night? These are the haunted folk. The heroes leave these poor creatures behind and decide to take shelter in an abandoned mansion, but soon come to realize they are not alone. A presence also occupies the house and doesn't seem very nice. Okay, boxed text. The old house is perched atop a barren hill. Lightning flashes through withered trees that line the path to the front door. In the brilliant glare, it is clear the place has long been empty. Moss hangs in the cracks of wooden siding, shutters slam in the wind, and boards on the ancient porch are crumbling. What is really spooky about this house is its strange design. It's not sturdy stone castle or a simple peasant's hut. It's not even like the large buildings in town. In fact, it's not a building that even looks like it belongs here. The house looks like it's been transported to this location from another place and time. Decision. After playing the track, tell the characters, it's pouring down rain outside. You're standing on the porch and the front door is open. Are you going inside or heading on? Press on. First, point out the characters have to walk through the mud and rain, and the road looks like it's getting treacherous. If the players insist on moving on, tell them the characters head down the trail a short distance. After a while, they come to a ravine where the road once was. The way ahead is completely washed out, and the storm is growing worse. The heroes have to return to the mansion to take shelter. Go inside, continue to adventure area 1. All right, so right here. Area 1, the front parlor. When the heroes enter this room, read aloud the description below, then play 36 on the track. Inside the front door is what was once a comfortable sitting room. The moldy scraps of an ancient rug tangle around your feet. Rotten wallpaper hangs on the great peels of the walls. Water drips down the chimney to the cold stone fireplace. A portrait hangs over the mantel. Except for a heavy oak desk next to one wall, the once fine furniture is now worm-eaten and cracked. 36. So track 36 is the heroes make a decision to enter the house. Okay, search. After reading the description and playing the CD, let the heroes examine the room's contents as long as they want. What they find depends on what they search. The chairs. Several once plush couches and chairs are scattered around the room. They have aged badly and will collapse in a tangle of moldy dust and rotten wood if anyone sits on them. The desk is a trap. A search of the desk reveals a locked drawer. The drawer is trapped. Anyone who tries to open it will be pricked by a poison needle unless the trap is disarmed first by the thief, making a successful remove traps roll. The poison is old and weak, so the victim gets a +2 bonus on their saving throws, only suffering 1d6 points of damage if they fail it. Inside the drawer is a small notebook filled with Gunter's notes. Once the heroes find it, play track 37 on the CD player. While poking around the living room, the characters discover an old diary. Reading from it, they learn a great deal. At last, I have discovered the secret of reanimating the dead. Dear Erica is quite pleased by my servant's appearances. Dear Erica is quite displeased by my servant's appearance, but they obey my every wish exactly. Still, I would not wish to return in their mindless. I would not wish to return in their. Oh, I would not wish to return in their mindless state of undeath. I must continue my search for the secret of surviving past death. How bitterly unfair that now, as I am old and dying, such a fair young creature as Erica would come into my life. But the workings of fate can be reversed. I swear by the blood I've spilt. I am close. I know it. I've set the servants to building me a suitable chamber while I continue my studies. There is something I am missing. It lurks in the mist just beyond my grasp. This is a cool adventure. Hey, good morning, Andrew. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm glad we're going to be playing in the evening. Time changed, so it's still going to be light outside, but okay, whatever. Okay, there's still something I am missing. It lurks in the mist just beyond my grasp, just beyond that membrane which separates life from death. My preparations are almost complete. I must not let Erica have the least suspicion of what I am doing. If she knew, I think she would try to flee. So beautiful, so innocent as she is. The chamber is ready now. I will work. I must work. Okay, the painting. When any hero looks first at the painting, roll some dice behind the screen. Don't worry about what you roll. You're only trying to make the players nervous. After you do that, play track 38 on the CD player. The ghost of Gunter Weiss steps from the painting and says, "Ha! Welcome to my home, mortals. I have been waiting for such as you. I have need of a mortal life, and you shall give one to me. Seal my house, dark forces, and hold them here." Ah. You are my prisoners now. Give me the life of one, and the others are free to leave. Otherwise, I shall claim you on the stroke of midnight. Enjoy your stay in my humble house. I remember playing this one when we were young. Not quite as well as I remember the one with the ogre. At this point, the ghost of Gunter has trapped the heroes. The doors and windows are sealed magically, or a magical shield. No amount of battering will open them. Tell your players the figure in the painting steps out and stands in front of them. Then, playing the part of Gunter, demand which of you will give me the life that I need. If the heroes give up one of their group, we'll have to see if the boys give up. All right, hey, you, like you're gonna give up one of your brothers, probably. If the heroes give up one of their group, first tell the characters their choice is not a good action and could have serious effects on all of them. If they still want to give someone up, have the ghost laugh evilly as he waves his hand toward the door. Tell all but one of the heroes, "You may go. I need you no longer." To the chosen hero, say, "How kind of your friends to leave you." If the hero tries to escape, the doors instantly seal, trapping the hero and anyone who hasn't left inside. Read the following to the heroes who escape. The path from the house disappears in the same strange mist you went through coming here. Moonlight fills the sky, but it's not soothing. In your heart, you know you've done a terrible evil. Life will never be the same for you again. By giving up the companion for whatever reason, the heroes face certain punishment. If the cleric escaped, he can no longer cast spells or turn undead. For all heroes, including the cleric, healing spells, potions, and scrolls no longer work. The gods are angry with the heroes who escaped. The character who remains behind is lost. Nothing can be done to save the hero's life. It's time for that player to start a new character. If the players refuse to give someone up, play track 39 on the CD player. Just to terrorize the heroes, the ghost forms a phantom blade in his hand. It cannot cause the characters any harm, but will scare the players. It cannot pretend this is a normal combat by rolling for initiative and attacks. Gunter automatically hits one of the characters, though. The ghost of Gunter emerges from the painting and again demands, "It's easy for you to stop the terror. Just give one of your bodies to give up one of your bodies, and the other two will go free." When the heroes refuse, Gunter begins attacking them with the phantom blade. All right, so number 39, the ghost of Gunter emerges from the painting and again demands, "It's easy for you to stop the terror. Just give up one of your body." Oh, I just said that. So importantly, secretly make a saving throw for the hero character. If the saving throw succeeds, tell the player you feel a terrible chill spread to the spot where the ghost stabbed you. Suddenly you are very weak. It's only by great force that you are able to shake this feeling off. If the saving throw fails, tell the player a wave of icy cold spreads from the wound. You feel weak and suddenly there is blackness. The hero falls to the ground but looks dead but is only unconscious. Gunter's attack causes no real harm. After Gunter is gone, the heroes can easily awaken their fallen comrade. Gunter is a ghostly thing. Swords, arrows, and spells pass right through him. He can be turned by a cleric as if he were a wight, however. After the attack, or is he turned, Gunter fades away with a final threat to get all of the characters. Okay, Area 2, the library. How many rooms are in here? They went through 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Quite a bit. I wonder if we're going to be able to get through all this, or what path they'll take. They went through the last one rather fast because they didn't go through all the rooms. They took a real efficient route. Okay, so the library. When the heroes enter the room, read the text below, then play track 40 on the CD player. Be sure to stop the CD when the tone sounds. Read aloud. This room is filled with the smell of musty paper. So we are, I believe, here. Okay, so there's a door here. Oh, there's a door right here, too. So they go here in this hallway and into here. Okay. This room is filled with the smell of musty paper. It only makes sense because the walls are all bookshelves crammed with books and scrolls of all shapes and sizes. A pair of reading chairs stands in the corner. Against one wall, there is a large desk with a huge black book on it. A fist-sized silver lump, maybe a paperweight, sits next to the book. The room has stayed dry over the years, so the paper still looks readable once the cobwebs are brushed away. The heroes look around the library, noticing all the books. They argue whether or not there's anything of value here. Okay, if they search, the books on the walls are not useful to the heroes. The books deal with strange and disturbing magical theories and experiments. If the characters search the desk, they find 2 items, a silver heart and a thick black book. The silver heart. The heart looks like a real human heart cast in silver. It's magical. It does nothing when held. It does nothing until held. Then the metal softens and the heart starts to beat. It doesn't do anything else. The silver heart is an important part of the spell Gunter was trying to restore his youth. It can be used to trap his ghost in Area 12 and defeat him, but don't tell the players that now. Let them figure that out as they go. The black book, that's trapped. The book is a thick, leather-bound volume. There are strange runes on the cover. These runes are a trap. If a wizard uses a read magic spell on the book, the spell reveals the ancient trap and how to avoid it. Although the thief's find traps will allow him to detect the trap, if he succeeds at a finding trap roll, he cannot remove the trap since it's magical in nature. If the trap is not avoided, shadow monsters spring from the book when opened. Oh, shadows again. They fought those last time. If the shadow monsters are released, start the CD and play track 41. The monsters automatically attack the heroes. Okay, so we have 2 shadows again. Yeah, +1 drain 1 point of strength per touch. So they're strength drain. And I believe they only be hit by magical weapons. Immune to sleep, charm, and hold spells. And hurt only by +1 or better magical weapons. The Black Book is one of Gunter's workbooks and contains many. So those were created by some magical torches last time. They were able to extinguish. How would we defeat these? The Black Book is one of Gunter's workbooks. It contains many scribbled notes and passages. The back pages are loose and are actually scrolls of magic missile, detect magic, fireball, and clairvoyance. These notes include the following passages. I do want some. So one thing I really want would be some spell cards. That way they can reference these spells during the game without having to get the book out. Am I going to have time to do that? Spell cards or something? Because we've got scrolls. Actually, these are scroll spells. Plus what they had last time. But here we got detect magic. Fireball. Maybe I'll have some time this evening to work. Magic missile. And clairvoyance. The notes include the following passage. If the heroes search the book, read the passage to them. Read aloud. Not much time left for me. I think Erica knows. She must be prevented from interfering with the process. I found the cleric's book in her chambers yesterday. She may have found a way to stop me. Oh, hey, Swords and Stones. Good morning. Okay. So area 3. Double doors into the library or from here. The music room. When the heroes enter this room, read the description aloud here. This chamber is a parlor. Comfortable sitting furniture lines the walls, and there is a harpsichord for music recitals here. In one corner is a huge grandfather clock still ticking. Give the heroes time to look around, then play track 42 on the CD player. The heroes look around for a moment, then notice the clock shouldn't be ticking. At that moment, the harpsichord begins playing by itself. The playing of the harpsichord is not dangerous to the heroes. It's just intended to unnerve them some more. If the heroes investigate the harpsichord or the grandfather clock, they find nothing unusual. When the heroes are intent on either the harpsichord or the clock and not paying attention to the rest of the room, play track 43 on the CD player. The clock suddenly begins striking the hour. The exact hour depends on what the heroes have done up to now. If they were trapped at 9 p.m., so the clock tolls sometime after this. The clock is meant to remind the players of the deadline. The ghost of Gunter appears and says, "At last, your time is running out. Why not render the thief unto me? What good are thieves anyway?" But the clock, before the clock even finishes, the ghost of Gunter appears in the center of the room to challenge the heroes. Decision. Stop the CD as soon as Gunter completes his demand and ask your players, will you give him what he wants? If the players give up one of their group, the heroes escape, leaving the characters behind. See page 40. If the heroes refuse to give anyone up, Gunter screams with rage, "I will take one now." The ghost points to the floor and suddenly it splinters into clutching hands made of jagged wood and wet, filthy earth. One hand appears for each character. Okay, so now this is the first time we actually need like a miniature. I was trying to take note of that too. We have the Ghost of Gunter miniature. Let's go over here. Let's make a list of miniatures on the back that we might need. Gunter. Clutching Hands. These might actually be better done with a combat better run without miniatures. Clutching Hands. Okay, so Thaco 19. It says movement 0. Armor class 5. Saving throw. Damage D3. Special attacks drags down on the roll of a 20. Special defense is none. Size tiny. 120 hit points. Experience points each. Important, if a magical hand hits with the roll of a 20, the character must make a saving throw or be dragged under the floor the next round. The other heroes have 1 round to save their companion by destroying the hand. How many hit points do these things have? Oh, 8 each. Okay. If a hero is dragged or otherwise dies, this satisfies Gunther's demand and the hand immediately vanishes. Otherwise, the hands vanish after 4 rounds of combat. The floor is perfectly smooth once again. Okay. If a character is lost under the floor, Gunter reappears and laughs evilly. He waves his hand in the direction of the front door. In Gunter's voice, tell all the remaining heroes, "You may go. I need you no longer." Read the following of the heroes to the heroes who escape. That's the same kind of thing. And the punishment that they incur because of that. Okay, Area 4 Dining Hall. I see that. Swords and Stones. Dining Hall 4. Okay, right here. Excuse me. Okay, so Dining Hall is number 4 right here. This is a pretty large room here. As soon as the heroes enter the room, read the text below and then play track 44 on the CD player. Read aloud. This room was once the dining hall. A great table fills the center of the chamber. Broken plates and ruined settings still rest on it. Huddled on the chairs around the table is a group of people with their backs to the door. As a group, they rise and shuffle forward, their rotting faces a sign of their long undeath. The heroes are horrified at the sight they see. The zombies shuffle forward, murmuring, "Kill, kill." 4 zombies in this chamber mindlessly attack as soon as the heroes enter. Remember that zombies are lumbering and slow. They will not chase the heroes if the group runs out of the room. There are 4 zombies. We can get some zombies here. Hero quest coming online if nothing else. 4 zombies. Zombies always lose initiative and act last in the round. I got to remember that. Okay, so there are 4 zombies inside to fight with. Now, Area 5 is the kitchen. I'm guessing there. They forgot to put numbers on some of these things. But number 5, that's that one would make sense that's right across from the dining hall, or it has an entrance to the dining hall. That would make sense. Okay, the kitchen. There's no CD track and no monsters in this room. This room is a good place for the heroes to pause and take stock of things. Only Gunter will attack the characters in this room, and only then if the heroes fail to defeat him before the deadline. When the heroes enter, read the following description out loud. This room is the kitchen. Several tall cabinets line the walls, most of them broken open. Shattered dishes and broken glasses litter the floor. A large hearth filled with cold ashes takes up most of one wall. There's only a few broken jars left, mostly flour, spices, and seasoning. Search. If the heroes search the kitchen, they find one thing that seems out of place. Hidden below the cellar doors are several builder's tools, a hammer, a pick, a trowel, and a bucket filled with dried mortar. The tools were left here by Gunther's servants as they finished building the secret room off of the cellar. Area 6, the sunroom. right here. When the heroes enter this room, read the description below. Read aloud. The room is colder than all the others, with the sound of rain, and the sound of rain is loud here. The room is filled with shadows that twist in the light. It's almost like peering into an evil jungle. Do you explore the room? If they do not, they leave the room and nothing happens. Yes, tell the heroes the room appears to be an old conservatory, a room like a greenhouse, and is filled with dead and dying plants. There are potted trees hung with thick vines, brushes in tubs, and plants with prickling thorns. When the heroes begin to poke into the bushes, play track 45 of the CD. The heroes begin to explore the greenhouse and discover the vines are snakes instead. Oh, constrictor snakes. Hey, aren't there some snakes in the jungles? They may be too big. The Jungles Hero Quest, Jungles of Death Rock, or something like that. These might be too small, but 3 snakes to be like gigantic snakes like that. Or hey, maybe we make them a gigantic snake. That could be fun. Let's see. The party is attacked by constrictor snakes. Because the serpents were hidden in the vines, the heroes are easier to surprise. Once the players tell the players to subtract 1 from their surprise die roll when the snakes attack. If the snake is hits with its coils, it automatically does D3 points of damage every round after that until the heroes run out of room. Oh, if the heroes run out of the room, the snakes will not follow. So 3 snakes, Thaco 17, damage 1 bite or D3 squeeze. Squeeze for automatic 1d3 per round if the first round succeeds, if the first attack succeeds. 20 points, 14 points, and 12 points of damage. Hidden in the foliage, there is a chest with a potion of healing, okay, and a dagger +1. Okay, so also cards. Magic item cards. Potion of healing, or I would really like to be able to hand them something with potion of healing. It'd be fun. I wish that I had like a bag of those red D4s. Those are fun, and then you put them inside the little jars you get at Michael's or any other type of like hobby shop, Hobby Lobby, or whatever. And then that way you've got the got an actual potion bottle of the D4s that they roll. I just haven't been able to do that yet. Potion of healing and then dagger +1. Okay, storeroom. Play track. Area 7. Oh, right here. Okay, storeroom makes sense. That's off the kitchen. This may play pretty fast. Play track 46 when the heroes are outside the door of this room. Be sure to stop the CD when you hear the tone. The heroes can hear some sort of scuffling and squeaking sounds. Oh, rats. The heroes are swarmed by hundreds of rats, including 8 giant ones. Important, this room is a storeroom. Hey, PH, good morning. Good to see you. So the heroes are swarmed by hundreds of giant rats. Okay, important, this is a storeroom. Hundreds of rats swarm this pantry, but only the 8 giant rats are dangerous to the heroes. The other rats nip at the heroes' heels and drop their heads from the shelves. Because of this distraction, the heroes have a -1 penalty to all attack rolls while the fight continues, and anyone wishing to cast a spell must first roll a dexterity check to see if they can avoid the wave of rats. So we have 8 giant rats. Yep. 8 giant rats. Special attack. Each bite has a 1 in 20 chance of causing a serious disease. The giant rats flee if 5 or more of them are killed. The pantry is full of various ruined foodstuffs, but there is nothing else of interest here. Area 8 is the cellar. This must be a stair. I thought this was stairs up into this room. This must be stairs up to this area over here. stairs down to the cellar. And then this must be the second floor, maybe from these stairs. Where do you? Oh, right here. Oh, right here. I see. Okay, so yes, these stairs come up here and then right here into this room. I got you. But now we are in the cellar. If the heroes go down the stairs into area 8, read the passage below and then play 48 on the tracks 48. Read aloud. The stairs are covered in dust, and the entire passage is choked with cobwebs. It's clear that nothing has come down these stairs in a long time. The heroes begin to descend the stairs, and one of them gets a spider on his back or the neck. The others have to brush it away before the character is bitten. When the heroes reach the bottom of the stairs, but before they even have a chance to look around, they are attacked by 2 large spiders. Okay? Very, very classic monsters in this one. I guess that makes sense for an intro box. 2 large spiders. Clutching hands. I don't know what we do about that. But zombies, snakes, giant rats, large spiders. Okay, can do. The starting location of the spider is marked with an S on the map. If the players do not say their characters are staying away from the webs that fill the room, there's a 1 in 4 chance per round the heroes will blunder into the web and then get stuck. Roll 1d4 for each hero. On a 1, that hero is stuck. Stop rolling if the battle is over or the webs are burned. Stuck heroes can't do anything but try to break free. Anyone stuck in a web can get out eventually. It takes 2 rounds for a person with an 18 of strength and an extra round for each point of strength below 18. Characters stuck in a web are attacked by the spiders with a +4 bonus to the spider's attack rolls. Important. The spider webs burn quickly and easily, so putting a torch to the web instantly sets them on fire and frees anyone trapped in the webs in 1 round. The fire does 1d4 points of damage to every spider and trapped hero. The fire goes out after 1 round, so a hero lights the web. If the hero lights the web when nobody is trapped, congratulate the players for coming up with a good idea. Maybe they will. We will see. 2 large spiders, 8 and 6 points of hit points. So the basement is full of old cobwebs. Almost hidden within them is an ancient laboratory. A large wooden table holds a few dirty flasks and rusty knives. A shelf filled with jars, beakers, candles, and bones hangs from one wall. If the players search the area for treasure, they find 2 potions of healing. Wow. So right now, this is actually potions of healing times 3 that are in this. 2 potions of healings and 2 elixirs of health. What is the elixir of health? Remember, the elixir is good for neutralizing poison. Looking for treasure will not reveal the secret door. Let's see if that's in this monster manual. Yes, okay. Potions. Elixir of health. This elixir cures blindness, deafness, disease, insanity, mental weakness, infection, and rot. It also gets rid of parasites and cures poison. If the poison has not caused any points of damage yet, it does not get back hit points lost for any reason. Okay, so that one is the one that it takes care of conditions but doesn't restore hit points. Important. There is a secret door in this room as shown on the map on the previous page. It's not shown in the player's map, so do not tell them about it. If the heroes have found the tools in Area 5, tell them the dirt and mortar of the cellar matches that found on the tools. The heroes must find the door by making a successful check for secret doors. 1 check is allowed for each hero searching. The player must say the hero is searching for a secret door. The secret door is opened by a small keyhole concealed in stone in the wall. To open it, a thief must make an open locks roll, a wizard must use a knock spell, or the party must have a key from Area 10. Area 10 is upstairs. See, Michael says Legion of Myth is going through 2nd E Compendium and discovered that once an adventure is complete, the player gets additional XP to every monster defeated as part of the adventure. Gets additional XP to every monster defeated as part of the monster defeated as part of the adventure. The other one that I had some bonus XP in it. I remember that. Okay, so we can see here. So that is there's the secret door from the workshop into the chamber. We can open it up with the thief or the wizard, or the key is upstairs in 10. This is going now to 9, which is here. Klaus's Sanctuary. So if we go up the stairs, it looks like it drops us into, well, this room is unnumbered, but that may be intentional. Down here is Klaus's Sanctuary. When the heroes enter this room, read the players the following description. Amazingly, as soon as the door is opened, the hallway is washed in light. There's a candle lit in this room, and at the center of the glow sits a man, obviously exhausted. This was once a bedroom, but from the way the furniture has been moved around, it looks more like a little fort now. Play track 49. I remember encountering this guy. Stop immediately after Klaus challenges the heroes. The figure in the room says, "Back, foul servants of..." Wait, you're not his servants. Who are you? What do you want with me? I was expecting actually more undead in this. Well, maybe there's some more undead here. Maybe there's not more undead because they don't want the cleric to be able to turn all of it, maybe. But decision. Ask the players, what do you tell him? If the heroes are hostile, Klaus says, "What are you, servants of Gunter then? If you be good, I will help you. If you are evil, I will fight you with the last of my strength." Klaus can help the heroes in many ways and has important clues for them. So you should try to convince the heroes to trust Klaus. If the heroes attack Klaus, remind them they aren't being heroic. If they still want to fight, Klaus will fight to the death using his mace. Since Klaus is badly wounded, the characters are almost certain to win. If they do, Gunter also wins. See the information below on how this happens. So Klaus is a 3rd level human cleric. Spell defenses, spells cure light wounds ×3, light, slow poison, no alignment. And he's got 3 hit points left, normally 13. There he is. I always like that picture of the cleric. I mean, that to me, that could be a PC cleric without any problem at all right there. Klaus has a small pouch with 45 gold pieces and 5 gems worth 50 gold pieces each, and hidden under the pillows of the bed. He carries a stone of good luck, which adds +1 to his saving throws and his turn undead creatures. If the heroes are even slightly friendly, play track 50. The cleric reveals, "I am Klaus, a cleric from afar. I was traveling along the road with a small party 6 nights ago when a strange fog suddenly blanketed the land. Gunter trapped us here and demanded a life. The others surrendered me to him. Oh, I was left alone with only this candle. The high priest of my temple gave me this candle before I left. When it is lit, it casts a magical circle of protection to fill the room. Gunter and his evil cannot enter the room. Even so, I must be vigilant, for if it ever blows out, they will descend upon me. I am not about to leave the protection of my candle. I know not what protects you, but I know what happened to the members of my party when they left. Their spirits were taken from them for betraying me. Now they are all lost beings. Late in the night, I hear voices. They speak of Gunter's search for immortality, his love for a beautiful woman named Erica, his orders to the undead servants to construct a crypt for him in this very house. From the crypt, you will find the reasons. Find the crypt, and you will also find the reason why the ghost still haunts these walls. This room was once the house's master bedroom. The furniture here is in good shape, but it's all shoved around to block the windows and make a barricade. The room is inhabited by Klaus Weiderman, a cleric. Klaus was trapped in the house when he sought shelter here a week ago, but Gunter has not been able to defeat the cleric. Klaus is useful advice for the player characters. If you play the CD track, the heroes may want to talk to and question Klaus. Klaus's responses depend on what the characters say and do. Why don't you come with us and help? Klaus refuses. First, he is too weak. If the hero suggests he heal himself, Klaus explains that doing this is against the rules of his temple. His spells are meant to help others. He will gladly cast any spells that he can to help the heroes. Klaus has 3 cure light wounds. There's a lot of healing in this adventure. I have to remember to be okay with really hammering the boys. There's plenty of healing. 3 cure light wound spells, a light spell, slow poison, and no alignment. He also has a stone of good luck. He will give this to the heroes. Why should we help you? This isn't our problem. That sounds like some of the boys. Klaus growls grim. He says, "You fools! You cannot escape from Gunther's house. Because of his choice, Klaus will not use his spells to help the heroes. Can we take the candle with us? No. Once the candle is lit, it cannot be moved. Besides, that would leave Klaus open to attack, and he doesn't like that. Where's the crypt? Klaus doesn't know. Tombs are usually found underground. Who was Erica? He doesn't know more than what he said. What is the heart? If the heroes show Klaus the heart, he takes it and looks at it closely. Play track 51 of the CD. Klaus says, the heart must be important. Of course. Now it makes sense. Gunther's servants have miscast the spell, leaving a ghost waiting for a body. That's why he wants one of us. Perhaps if his sorcerer's crypt were found and destroyed, his ghost would be at rest, and we could depart from this unholy place. You must do this. I am too weak. All I can offer you are my few remaining healing spells. Do you need them? If the heroes kill Klaus, the ghost of Gunther appears and laughs evilly as he waves his hand in the direction of the door. In Gunther's voice, tell the heroes, "You may go. I no longer need you." Read the following to the heroes who escape. Okay, the house disappears and all of that. Area 10 is Erica's bedroom, right here. What do you think we're going to find her diary? I bet we are. Before the hero opened the door to the first room, read the following aloud. Suddenly the air grows freezing cold as a clock somewhere in the house begins to toll. The sweeping down from the hall comes the ghostly form of Gunther. The ghost of Gunther appears and demands, "Last chance, foolish ones. Who lives, who dies? Why don't you and the warrior turn the cleric over to me, huh?" The ghost of Gunther Weiss descends on one of the heroes. Choose one hero randomly. Fight a normal combat. The ghost does no damage but paralyzes the hero unless a successful saving throw is made. The first hero is paralyzed. If the first hero is paralyzed, Gunther moves on to another hero. The ghost continues attacking for 3 rounds, after which it fades away with a wild burst of laughter. The ghost of Gunther can be driven away earlier by a cleric who makes a successful turn undead roll. Treat the ghost as a wight. How difficult is that going to be anyway? Sounds pretty difficult. Let's see. The Lord and the Pure right here. All right. Yes, a first level cleric can only turn a wight on the roll of a 20. I mean, which is the most they're going to be. That's the most difficult undead to turn, at least here in this box. So it requires a 20 to turn. Okay. Let's see. Finally, it also flees this time if a cleric casts Bless or a prayer spell, or if it is struck by a magical weapon of a +2 value or better. Oh, yikes. +2 value or better. And we only found that that's the first +1 weapon we said was the +1 dagger in the greenhouse. You should not allow Gunther to paralyze all the heroes, because then they would all be doomed just because they had the bad luck to fail all of their saving throws. That's not much of a fight, right? If Gunther gets very lucky, then when only one hero's left unparalyzed, have Gunther fade away, laughing wildly, say, "Soon all of you will meet your doom." When the heroes open the door to the room, read the following aloud. This bedroom once belonged to a lady of taste. The furnishings show a lady's touch. The room seemed to have weathered better than the other parts of the house. There is a small writing desk on one wall, a bed, a nightstand beside it. On the nightstand is a picture. The picture on the table is haunted by Erica's spirit. When a hero touches it, it seems to come to life, and the woman in the painting, Erica, begins to move and talk. The spirit gives the heroes an important clue. When the heroes investigate the picture, play track 53. The ghost of Erica appears in the painting and says, They say Gunter's dead, but I don't believe it. I can feel him. He is still with us. I must confess a terrible thing. I stole the silver heart from the hands of his corpse, which lay in the crypt. I do not know what it was, only that it was vital to his dark plan. Oh no, somebody's coming. Fastened to the back of this picture is a small key made of brass. This will open the secret door in the cellar, area 8. Area 11, servant's room. Okay, right here. When the heroes are outside this room, tell the players. You hear a loud thump from the other side of the door. If you leave, nothing special happens. If you open the door, read the following. This was once the servants' quarters. Unfortunately, the servants are still here. The dark sorcery worked on them by Gunter has changed them into bloodthirsty ghouls. Okay, 2 ghouls. This also actually brings up the point that is somebody else like giving you a list of different monsters in the adventure so that you could assemble miniatures if you wanted to before all this? So there are 2 ghouls inside. The ghouls turn to look at the heroes and say, "The master is not feeling well. Come back another day. How can we serve you? Would you like some tea?" Laying on the floor in different corners are another dagger +1 and a potion of healing. Lord. Dagger +1 times 2. And potion of healing times 4. I'm never going to be able to kill these kids. Okay, so the secret crypt. All right, important. This area is not on the player's map. This is down here in the bottom, the cellar right here. Important. This area is not on the player's map. This is the secret room that Gunter built for his experiments. It is reached through the secret door in area 8. Do not tell the players about this room. To get to the crypt area, the heroes must use the brass key found in area 10 on the hidden keyhole in area 8. The thief must make a successful open locks roll, or the wizard must use a knock spell. When the characters enter the crypt, play track 56. The heroes watch as the secret door swings open, and then they enter the crypt as Gunter's ghost appears in the cellar. Actually, didn't we also have, we also encountered 2 shadows. I don't think I'd written that down, but possibly 2 shadows. So the heroes watch as the secret door swings open, and then they enter the crypt as Gunter's ghost appears in the cellar. The ghost will not go into the crypt, but the heroes are trapped there. The crypt is a long, narrow room filled with a plain dirt floor. The stone sarcophagus fills the center of the room. Bronze braziers rest in the corner, and the walls are covered with carvings of various magic symbols. 8 niches in the wall each contain a skeleton shackled to the walls by rusted iron chains. Okay, so we see, here we go. PH says, it could also say, this room seems to belong to a lady of taste, but as soon as the group enters the room, the ghost of an aristocratic high elf appears in front of them, just to play with their expectations. I like that. So the crypt is a long, narrow room, a plain floor, 8 niche. Gunther's ghost hovers at the doorway of the crypt, blocking the way to retreat. Make it clear to your players that they cannot leave without facing the ghost. What happens next depends on whether or not the heroes have the silver heart in area 2. If the players have the heart, play track 57. Gunter is angry at the characters for not surrendering to him. He snarls, "Curse you, cleric. Only you could have known that your vow of loyalty would protect you from me, but nothing will spare you from my servants. Rise, my servants, attack and kill. Take the silver heart. Do not let them near my sarcophagus." If the heroes have the heart or do not have the heart, play track 58. Gunter is furious with the characters for disturbing his grave. He says, "How dare you violate my grave? You shall not leave my final resting place. Fools, rise, my servants, slay the intruder." A zombie answers, "We hear and obey, master." Either way, the next thing that happens is two zombies claw their way out of the dirt floor at Gunther's command. So we got another couple of zombies. These zombies are faster and smarter than normal zombies due to the magical method Gunther used to create the special guardians. They do not act last in the round. Roll normally for initiative. The place where the zombies come out of the floor are marked with the letter Z. Okay, actually, aren't these like juju zombies? Nope. Oh, there is juju zombie here. These are just faster zombies. Okay. So faster zombies right here. Even if the heroes defeat the zombies, they still have to find a way to destroy Gunter. This can only be done with the silver heart. If the characters do not have the silver heart, they can't leave the crypt now and go get it. Go to failure on the next page. If the heroes have the silver heart, roll some dice. Any type, since it doesn't matter what you roll. You say you notice there's a strange niche on top of the sarcophagus. It looks kind of heart-shaped. If any of the heroes place the heart in this niche, I guess, play 59. Gunter's ghost begins to disappear. "What have you done? It's been too long, too long. Stop, I beg you." Then the sarcophagus begins to open, and Gunter is a juju zombie. He says, "Oh, look at what you've done to me. Worms eat my flesh. Maggots eat my veins. This magic was meant to be worked 100 years ago. Not like this. Not like this. Now I'm old. You will die for this." When the track is done, read the following to your players. Suddenly the lid of the sarcophagus trembles, and then it flings open with a mighty crash. A horrible figure rises out of the tomb and lunges straight for you. The magic that was to restore Gunther's youth has drawn the ghost back to its rotting body. It is returned as a juju zombie. Juju zombies are smart, fast, and tough. Remember that a juju zombie can only be hurt by magic weapons. Flaming oil is effective against a juju zombie too. Because the nature of the spell originally cast by Gunther in life, Gunter's juju zombie body is vulnerable to the spell Bless. If it is used against Gunter, his body is instantly destroyed and his ghost is dispelled forever. Gunter cannot be turned while he is in the secret crypt. So he's got 24 hit points. He's doing damage of 1d10 plus 2. He can only be hurt by +1 or better magical weapons. He is immune to sleep, charm, hold, fear, and magic missile spells, as well as cold, electricity, poison, and paralyzation. I have to remember that he's immune to spells, because I bet the spells will be flying. Hidden behind the skeleton, in the last niche on the right, as a person would enter, is a small cache of treasure, holding 355 gold pieces. We actually have not seen a lot of gold or coins of any kind in here. 355 gold, 575 silver. Okay, long sword +2. That's valuable. Mace +1. Potion of speed. Ring of invisibility. Whoa, and 3 more potions of healing. There are 7 potions of healing in this adventure. Escape. If the heroes defeat Gunther the Juju zombie, the ghost is dispelled and the heroes are free to leave the mansion. The magical forces that prevented them from escaping vanish. With the dawn, the storm ends and the road is clear to return to town. Failure. It is possible for the heroes to fail this adventure. If they do, they pay with their lives. If the heroes search the entire house, cannot find the secret room, or have no hope of finding it, they have failed. Or if they find the secret room but do not bring the silver heart with them, they have also failed. If this happens, the midnight deadline is reached. Play track 60, and this is the sound of their doom. Gunter appears to the heroes and says, "You have failed, mortals. Your pathetic struggles have amused me, but for now I will claim one of you for myself. None of you shall see the morning in my house." At the tolling of the clock, Gunter appears in front of the heroes and attacks. It may already be there if the heroes are in the crypt with the silver heart. If so, he just waits to attack. He just waits to attack until midnight. The characters have no chance of defeating Gunter. At best, they can do is run away. Even if they run away, Gunter reappears in 2 rounds, no matter where they are in the house. Gunter could be driven away for 10 rounds. The cleric makes a successful turn undead versus white. This gives them only a brief rest. If the characters are in the secret crypt, the ghost of Gunter cannot be turned by a cleric. He is too strong there. So there we go. The ghost of Gunter gives them 5,000 experience points, though. Juju Zombie is a name that would definitely grant them like morale penalties, just like how do you pronounce that? The Ion Stones, but it's got I think it's a different spelling. In my group, we would always start mocking people with them floating around their heads. Yeah, where does Juju Zombie come from? Where does that name come from? I'm not sure. So the Ghost of Gunter, armor class 0, damage 1d4, special attacks causes fear as the cleric spell when used instead of an attack at will. Special defenses hurt only by silver or magical weapons, immune to spells. 5,000 experience points. Gunter can only be hit by magical weapons and cannot be silver or magical weapons and cannot be harmed by spells. The heroes have no real chance of defeating Gunter. Ayun. Yeah, okay, so Juju is an African-like shamanism belief. Okay. The last Phoenix. I thought it came from something. So wrapping it up, important. If all the heroes escape the house, be sure to compliment them on a job well done. This was a hard adventure. Total up the experience points for the monsters and the characters defeated and award these to the players. Have the players add their new experience points to their old totals. I'm going to try to remember to do that during the game. If any have gone up, then okay, roll hit points, etc. Finally, make notes to yourself, like you did before, about any magic items the heroes found. Again, don't tell them what they are. They have to take the treasure. They have to take the treasure to the wizard for identification. With all that done, you are ready to prepare for the next adventure session, Mount Dread. All right, that sounds fun. This guy is creepy right here. I don't know that we ever played Mount Dread. Maybe we did. Later, swords. I can't really remember. Because I think this is supposed to, the next one under Mount Dread is supposed to be like your dungeon. So like level 1 dungeon. How many levels are in this dungeon? Level 2 dungeon. Okay, so it gives you a first level of a dungeon under Mount Dread, and then you can go down deeper with it into level 2. So that could possibly be their first kind of dungeon. But I really like this haunted house adventure. All right, so I got a lot of work to do today, but this is. Oh no, this is Wednesday. Oh, speaking of which, okay, I got to remember that I've got to tonight. Doug, I'm recording another stream with Doug on Star Wars and the Kathleen Kennedy situation and time that she's been there. Lorena Creole is going to be back talking about. I think we're talking about the Galactic Star Cruiser tonight. Lance from Outcast Creative is going to be there. It's not live. We're recording it, and then it'll be on Doug's channel. Should be tomorrow again. But we got to record that tonight. I forget. So this is already Wednesday. Okay, so time is going by here. This is Wednesday. I got things to do, but so I'm running this tomorrow and see what I can get together for it. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being with me. Have a wonderful day. Go forth, be creative, be constructive. That's what I'm about to go and do. So I will see everybody later. And we'll do a game report on Sunday. We'll do a game report on what happens on Sunday. Later, everybody.